I want to tell a few stories from my personal service work. My work history, like when I was 15, I went on like an exchange to work at McDonald's in British Columbia in Revelstoke. We were like a team of 12 students, all in like secondary 3 and 4. So I was 15, and we rotated for 8-hour shifts. Like one week I'd start at 7 a.m. and finish at 3 p.m. Another week I'd start at 3 p.m. and finish at 11 p.m. And a lot of times actually, I started at 4 a.m. and then I finished at 3 p.m. to have like a 11-hour longer shift, but just to open the restaurant and doing some prep work. Because like I agree with that or not, it's a lot of work to prepare a restaurant for opening in the morning, and that's just fucking McDonald's. Imagine like an actual restaurant that serves actual food. Oh my god, this wasn't the time when McDonald's had those breakfast burritos, right? And not the shitty ones. They were fucking delicious, like big ass breakfast burritos. Mm. So this was it was we were paid minimum wage for that province. And I have a very bad experience with this manager who he was a fucking freak, bro. He started to like massage my back, like, and then he went to like grabbing my ass and shit. I was 15. This guy was like a 50-year-old man. And he did that to another one of my male coworkers. I don't know what his fucking deal was, but we told the other managers about it. And what happened, because there was no like actual worker protections, is oh, he got a 4-day suspension and then he got promoted and he couldn't interact with us. Like, there was no actual punishments. And I think that's the benefit they get from these student exchanges. If we dare speak about our conditions, if we dare speak about something that happened, if we speak negatively, if we do anything wrong, we get sent back home. But this is minimal shit. Like, it's not that big of a deal compared to what the fuck happens to migrant workers in Quebec, right? I've talked about this in my last video on the channel, beyond token land and not. But let me start this sentence again. I've talked about this on the last video on the channel, beyond token land acknowledgements, where I have a big segment about how migrant workers are treated. Yeah. And so then when I got back home, I started working at McDonald's in an independent city near Quebec, L'Ancienne Lorette. I went to school near that. And that was one of the most fucked up work experiences of my life. Like, it's McDonald's. You get a lot of like rude customers all the time. And you don't really control how the production is done. Like, I remember it was fucking disgusting. Like, we let the cheese sit on the side of the hot oven for like hours on end. It was not fresh. We mixed some like ready-made fucking slop in a bucket with a drill for the poutine sauce. One time, like, I went to work with a headache. I was like, I'm gonna eat something, and then the eating something from there made me fucking puke my guts out. In this work experience, like, there was no actual control on how like people treated the customers either. A lot of time in service, you're told to like treat the customer like a king or whatever, but in this specific place, it was weird. One time, I was serving like a customer, like someone with an thick African accent, right? And I was serving his order. I was trying to note down everything. Like, it was perfectly comprehensible, right? But not for some other fucking coworker. This guy, it was at the like automobile service, right? We have the little microphone headsets. This guy logs onto channel 1 where I was taking the order, and he starts making monkey noises and saying racist shit. And this really pissed me the fuck off, but like I told him to shut his fucking mouth and like get the fuck out of here. But at the same time, I was trying to take this fucking customer's order. Anyway, I gave him his order for free and I apologize, but like, fuck. This guy didn't get fucking reprimanded for being racist. And it's not surprising because one time this fucking manager starts in the middle of the kitchen. She starts yelling about how she wants to kill herself because she doesn't want to do this anymore. Like, this fucking work experience has made her, gotten her at the edge of the fucking end of the fucking line, right? There was some kind of like absurdity to like screaming this in the middle of the thing, but someone's in a fucking crisis. What's bad? And it was not even like the worst place you could work, right? There's fucking sweatshops. How do people feel working in sweatshops in despair without any worker protections, whatever? And in this service work in McDonald's, like it genuinely made me cry once. One of our coworkers, she was a sweet old lady. I don't remember her name. Astaghfirullah. She was like 80 years old. I'm not kidding you. She told me one time, like, oh, I didn't have enough funds to retire, and I have to work at McDonald's until I fucking die. This is low-key one of the things that radicalized me, but I wasn't really knowledgeable. I was 15 at the time. And I got into like socialism, Marxism, Leninism at like 17, 18. Haven't looked back since. Though I had weird like semi-anarchist, some Trotskyist phases, but I don't want to talk about these. This has to do to go in a self-crit session. Yeah. Then I went to work at a grocery store, IGA, International Grocers Association, in Lac Beauport, like a borough of Quebec City. It's an independent town, but like anyway, it's a very it was a fucked up work experience. Like I went there for summer and I left because like the boss was a chud. The boss was genuinely a chud. It was during the pandemic, so I was assigned to work 9-hour shifts cleaning fucking carts and bullying people into washing their hands. And oftentimes, like, I'd get into arguments with people who wouldn't wear a mask or wash their hands, and they'd legitimately just try to fight me or like be rude or aggressive. And then they say, oh, I'm gonna talk to the boss. One fucking time, it was a Pepsi representative or whatever. I was telling him, yeah, you have to wash your hands and shit. And he was being aggressive. He was trying to start shit. And then he went to actually talk to the boss. He was like, I'm gonna talk to the manager. And then he came back to me. He was like, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm the one who was in the wrong. That was genuinely fucking satisfying. The guy was a chud. But that was because he talked to like one of the actual nice managers who actually cared about us. The owner was the worst. One time, someone, you know, these like sliding glass doors, right? They can get easily like thrown off the rail and not work anymore if someone hits them. And like I was assigned to clean shit and to wrap up groceries and to do the facing and the shelves. And this fucking chud ass owner comes up to me and says, I know you broke the door. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about breaking the door? You hit a cart. I have you on camera. And then we go see the footage. It's not even me. And he still fucking blames me and says he's gonna have me like pay for it. Like I didn't end up paying for it. Of course, he was in the fucking wrong. Then I went to work at IKEA. And the work system was really fucking bad. I was like in the warehouse and putting together the orders. And like how it works is that we have like metal carts with like poles. If you're in Canada or in the US, in the northern part, you know these fucking poles you put in your driveway to signal that to the guy plowing your driveway that this is the end of it and you can't go further. Anyway, those plastic fucking flimsy things. We had those with like order numbers and we had to put them under tension on the cart. And one time one of them fucking went out and poked me in the eye. Had to go to the hospital and shit. Oh my god. Yeah, it was in Quebec, right? One of the places where we have like one of the highest unionization rates in Canada. Anyway, But like with IKEA, was very bureaucratic, and didn't get any compensation. The whole labor court system is very long, and yeah. Anyway, and I don't mean that to ask for empathy, right? I'm saying like these are like bad work experiences I've had, and since then, like I've worked for what did I do? I worked for like a very nice like exotic animal shelter, where we did animations and work to promote animal rights, and like for people to fucking stop buying pets from like pet shops, and especially exotic animals, and to sensibilize people about them. That was a great work experience because it was a non-profit. And then at the city, it was very good, though it was a city inspection. And now at the government ministry, it's just repetitive stuff, but it's very great conditions. It's labor aristocracy stuff, being a functionary. Like these bad work experiences I've had when I was a teenager, this was like a fraction of what happens to like most fucking workers who are in like service or in the global south or in factories, or in mechanic shops or whatever the fuck. So it's very much normalized to have shitty working conditions under capitalism, and yeah.